Yeah, I mean, I never thought I would make this Brawlhalla video, but here we go. It is September 9th at the time of recording this, although I was supposed to do this like 3 weeks ago. Anyway, Brawlhalla. Oh man, where do I even begin with this game? One of my favorite games, which probably doesn't sound like a lot these days. How many of us have favorite games we don't play? Yeah, for me, it's a lot, and I guess Brawlhalla has been added to the top of that list of favorite games I don't like to play, if that even makes sense. And that's for a couple of reasons, but I have never done a type of video like this. It is a bit weird. I'm just talking over some gameplay footage for the most part. Like, I'm watching my own gameplay back and just speaking on why I haven't been uploading. And now that I think about it, I guess every small content creator eventually ends up making this type of video. It's like I'm leaving, but just change/update, what's up, you know? Like, so I want to start from the beginning. Why did I even create this channel that you are watching this video on? Well, Craig Cartoons. I kept it simple. My name is Craig. The first letter of my surname begins with a K, so instead of cartoons, it's cartoons. However, I started the channel when I was 16, and this was when I was first into animation. So this was like just after secondary school / high school if you're American. But I was like new to it. So what should I do? Well, I gotta learn the 12 principles of animation, right? So I was like, right, let's just do that, and then after that, it's pretty much all the way to a good animation software I'm comfortable with, learning things like onion skins and skills that I'm going to need to know outside of just animation, like basic frame shots here and there, which I pretty much use the entire Adobe suite for everything I do now, whether it's for making videos or not. And obviously, just like everyone else, I grew, a level of respect for people in that industry. How does this tie back to Brawlhalla? Well, I was playing Brawlhalla before this. I was actually mid-gold at the time. Now I hit diamond every season or two and just play friendly twos for the most part whenever I'm bored these days for like half an hour. But let me try and stay on track of this topic that I'm trying to address. Dating back to the origins of this channel, I eventually just started reading Brawlhalla characters' lore before battle passes were a thing, and I believe before even Adventure Time was first in the game, like one of the very first crossovers. So I just randomly, for no reason, I must have been hella bored or something. I don't really know why I started like being extremely invested in Brawlhalla lore and then somehow also liking animation at the same time being the thing I'm into. But hey,
It is what it is.
and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make animations on Brawlhalla, create a YouTube channel about it too, and that's where I'm gonna put them on, because nobody else is doing it. So I saw the gap in the market. I'll bring new eyes to the Meet the Legends tab on the Brawlhalla site of the game, and as we all know, that did not end up being the case. 16-year-old me underestimated the money it would take and just said, you know what? I'm gonna dedicate enough time as a replacement resource for lacking the money as an actual resource to be able to pay Adobe the cut. As long as I learn some Adobe Animate tutorials from people like TikTok, I should be okay. I can do it. It just takes discipline. I'm young, I don't have money, but I got time. So let's do it. Fast forward to today, I definitely do not have time. And at the time I was heavily lacking the skills and experience to deliver something similar to what I actually wanted at the time and still do to this day. I wanted the animations to look something similar to the Overwatch animated shorts, if you remember those, like before Overwatch 2. Yeah, and I was like, hey, if it takes long time to do 30-minute episode animations, I could just do like little animated shorts for every Legends lore in under 3 or 4 just like minutes, you know? Just like they did. This is all I could accomplish in that time whilst going to college and working waitering throughout those years. My life is progressing, and I don't have the means to justify making the same content I do. I also wanted to make other content, and they did alright, talking about battle passes and speculating whether Brawlhalla could beat the Justice League or things like that. But what I ultimately started this channel for, I could not execute to the standard I was happy and comfortable with. Maybe it was a bit unrealistic and naive to believe I could pull it off to even a similar extent that the Overwatch team could do with a full-on team of people and things like that. And this was when I was really halfway through. I was really questioning, can I even do this? Like, people don't just, one man army, lone wolf type do this type of stuff, Because for one, I can't draw. So I was already questioning, okay. So I just spent all this money on a drawing tablet, and if I took the time to try and learn to draw, that could be another year gone. And I was just afraid of getting, you know how you're young, you just want to get things done a bit too hastily. So I was like, let me just pay someone to do the drawings, and I can animate that. So that's when I discovered Blender, and people rig. Someone like models a 3D character for you. All you have to do is the rigging if you want to do the rigging yourself. And I was getting into Blender for a bit here and there, and I was like, hey, this would be perfect for a Brawlhalla movie. Because if I rig the character of someone else's modeling, I pay for one like Fiverr or something, this would be great. Now, how the hell am I going to get enough money from flipping resetting tables at Covent Garden? Who knows? But anyway, I'm rambling on a bit. I've never done types of videos like this before. I also wanted to do comic books, believe it or not, and do like digital comics similar to what the Ink Tank does. So when I discovered the website by Baron, much to my surprise, using parts of that site without knowing, made it one of my most popular videos on the channel. I should do a redo of that actually, now that I think about it. Now that I've got a bit more knowledge and experience and expertise on more Legends lore and backstories, I, could probably do that in a better, more edited, better version of it. What else was I gonna say? I'm not saying I'm gonna stop doing the things I'm doing. I'm just saying I'm gonna put a slight pause to the whole animation thing. I'm 20 years old now, by the way, for context, and in the 4 years, or maybe 5, almost 5 years of making Brawlhalla content, I'm looking back in the channel, refreshing the tab, of course, and I gotta say, it is what it is, I did my best. I'm gonna continue. I'm a bit busier now than I was then, obviously. Forgive me if I am ranting a bit, but this actually brings me on to my next point. The game itself. When I started playing, Zariel was the latest legend in the time. I got recommended the game through a couple of friends, and honestly, I loved it at first sight. Of course, over the years, it has its ups and downs. What games don't, right? But overall, it just does not appeal to me anymore as a veteran player. It's not my main game anymore, and it almost feels like bad timing because other YouTubers like Castlix have already been speaking out about not really playing the game. I know Sandstorm at one point in the past did that. Who else? Well, Larkon. So yeah, it looks like I'm like jumping on some trend within the Brawlhalla community right now. Just, hey, I don't like Brawlhalla, but no, I've been this way for a while. Like, straight up. Just never came out and mentioned anything. I still play the game occasionally, like half an hour, like I said. What did Castlix say? He said he's not uploading anymore? Or he is uploading, he's just not playing the game as competitively as before. I actually still have a couple of ideas, by the way. If anyone wants to see them, let me know in the comment section. I'll just put them up on screen. I haven't started on them yet. Oh yeah, people have been saying that there has been 2 Legends released this year, which is crazy. I didn't even realize because I haven't been playing the game as much as I used to, and honestly, it doesn't help that there has only been 1 tournament this year. Well, 1 LAN, I guess, 1 offline tournament. The rest is okay. I find it cool how the tournaments are named after characters in mythology storylines like Frigg and Balder. I guess that's one of the ways to get people invested in the Meet the Legends tab on the Brawlhalla home screen, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not great at waffling, yapping on and on. I've already just lost the plot, I'm gonna be real. But going forward, I believe I will just be uploading whatever, whenever. Brawlhalla isn't my main thing anymore. I hope one day I can do the things I've been striving, i.e. digital comics and animations, who knows, maybe even my own fan movie of Brawlhalla. Yes, I've been thinking of that one for years now, to be fair. Actually, the closest thing to what I wanted to do here was my Road to Valhalla series that started with Bodvar, and you can tell it lacked a bit of a budget, which has kind of put me off from doing the Cassidy one this year, which I was supposed to do by the end of this year as well. I might still be able to do it if I save up a bit, who knows. And, get some digital artists to do some backgrounds for me, and I can have some special effects, whatever, the whole shebang, On a side note, if you are into gameplay videos, I will be doing Tekken 8 and Brawlhalla on my second channel. If you're interested in those, and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero when that drops occasionally. I probably won't be able to record my voice audio as well there as I can here for some reasons, but hey.
It is what it is.